When you sit down with these clients and they have such challenges lying ahead of them, but you've searched their soul, you see in them the potential, in them the sincerity, how do you go about helping them? What's the process like? They have to graduate from this program. There's a fee involved. What's the process like?
Well, they come through our 30-hour training. Upon graduation, we sit down one-on-one and we just talk about what their goals are.
Okay.
And I help them achieve their goals, whatever that looks like. Every goal is different. Every goal is unique. So I help them map out an action plan. You know, what's it going to take to achieve each and every goal? If it's additional training, we'll look at training resources and opportunities out there for them to get into those trainings. We'll get them started. I hold them accountable and make sure that they finish. And we just keep moving forward.
And what is the fee involved, Tony?
Well, for clients, we do not charge more than $15.
Got it. That's amazing because most people can do that. It's very doable. But I have to go back. You mentioned the training and you mentioned the process. That's, to me, with something like this, wouldn't that be half the battle? The other half would be building the confidence, the trust, not only in oneself, but in getting back out in the society, into the community. And how do you go about helping to build that self-esteem back up?
I'm a huge cheerleader for my clients.
Are you
I'm
really?
a huge cheerleader for my clients.
That.
So every step, you know, no matter how small, you know, I give them praise. And I listen. It's very important to listen because in the criminal justice systems, you don't always have time or an opportunity to have someone to listen to you. So that's very important. I hear my clients, I listen to my clients, and I walk with them, you know, so that they can achieve their goals. If they fall down, I stand there with them, help them get up, and we keep moving forward.
How do you connect with your clients in the first place? How do you find the ones that really are pretty committed to something like this?
Just an interaction. You can tell who's serious and you can tell who's not. For those who aren't serious, we're still there because that day will come when they'll say, I get it now, Blue Jacket can help me, and they come back. I'm always amazed at how many people do come back to say, can you help me? And we're always there. That's one thing I appreciate about Blue Jacket and Tony. The door's always open and we're always there to help.
And you've been there 2 years.
Just over a year.
Okay. Is this your life's work, you think?
I think so.
Yeah. I can tell from communicating with you that it is.
Yeah.
Definitely. What's the meaning behind the title Blue Jacketing?
Well, when we were creating the nonprofit, we wanted something that was locally significant, and Blue Jacket is named after a Shawnee chief who fought with Chief Little Turtle. So we didn't want an acronym. I just thought it was kind of cliche and a lot of in our industry. Working with ex-offenders. Linda, I would like to also mention that people who come to our program self-select out of the process if they're unmotivated. So it's, when we talk about earning a second chance at Blue Jacket, to be able to get to BRE, that means they've shown up on time, dressed professional with assignments complete every day, business professional. So if they're a minute late and they don't make it through those 30 hours of showing up every day, then they don't even make it to BRE. And what they're able to tell an employer is, you know, I paid my dues here at Blue Jacket. So when someone walks away with a sense of confidence and pride, it is because that they had to earn it. They had to put some equity into it.
Thus, the point you made earlier, somebody off the street that you know from Adam, you know so much more about the people who literally go through this process because it's designed the way it is on purpose. Talk about your board of directors. You touched on it. My experience is through hosting this program for a few years now is that a successful organization has a very hardworking and successful board behind it. Is that the case here?
It is. It is a flip 180 degrees from the way that the board used to operate. I've always had very giving board members, giving of their time and their resources, but the board was meeting quarterly for a number of years. And our board president, Dave Gutting, and our board vice president, Jim Federoff, said, you know what, we need to be much more active in a growing company like this. And this board of directors just astonishes me. It's 13, 14 people now, 14 people, that they all have specific skill sets that lends itself to the increasing of skills and integrity of our board. They govern very well. They make sure I cross my T's and dot my I's, and I'm honored to be a part of this whole Blue Jacket phase. Even though I'm the director, I mean, I'm part of it. It's more of a movement than anything.
It has to be if you want to do the things that you want to do. And I can only imagine the very close relationship you must have with the court system, correct? I bet you work so closely with the judges and a lot of the attorneys. And Yes.
I do.
How important is that to your organization, Breanna?
It's extremely important because if that relationship breaks down, then our referrals go down. And it makes it even more difficult for us to serve the clients that we serve. So it's extremely important for us to keep that relationship intact and to continue to cultivate it.
Before we go to this last break, can you perhaps touch on a success story that comes to mind? Obviously no name needed, but a young man or woman who's gone through this and seen the light bulb go off and
Sure.
got a big smile on their face just like yours at the end.
We recently had a client come through. He was very active in our Career Academy training, but he ran into some personal issues, and he wasn't sure if he'd be able to continue. So he sat down with myself and one of our facilitators, and we encouraged him to keep going. He completed the Career Academy, and he just recently found a job, and he's looking at management. They're talking to him about management already.
Does he have a family?
He does have a family.
And how much pride must he feel?
He's
right
very
now?
proud.
I hope he is.
He
I hope
is.
We're all human. And in my opinion, which is most humble at this moment, we all deserve at least a second chance, definitely. Well, Blue Jacket Inc. is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen at home. And when we come back, much more. Don't go away.